Ride with me, Most High God's people. So let's get real, let's get free, and let's understand that the Most High God is the God of the rewrite. He's rewriting your life right now as we speak. So this morning, I heard someone speaking, and they said something, and it ended up becoming this for me to share with you all. I used to talk a lot about how the children of Israel, walked around the wilderness for 40 years, right? And I used to talk about how, you've seen that tree, you've passed by that lake over and over and over again. And it actually correlates with toxic cycles. You keep going through the same thing, even though every time you go through a thing you learn something different, which is the good part. That's not a toxic cycle. That's a cycle of life, because sometimes we have to go through some of the same things before we get it. I'm talking about the toxic cycles. And when they're not so good cycles, and we keep going through it, and we keep going through it, and we keep going through it, at some point we have to get it. That 40 years of going around in the wilderness was an 11-day journey in real life if they had just gone straight through. And sometimes if we go straight through, we don't get the lessons. So sometimes we have to go through these cycles, to get the message. So when I was a child, my mom used to cook for us. And whatever it was that she cooked and put on that table is what we ate. That's the same way we have to look at it when it comes to the Most High. See, when people say He will prepare a table for me in the presence of mine enemies, they need to understand that that table is going to have some stuff on it that you got to go through, and some things that you got to eat whether you want it or not. See, the table is going to have some joys. The table is going to have some sorrows. The table is going to have some triumphs. The table is going to have some losses. The table is going to have some gains. The table is going to have some pain. The table is going to have some happiness and joy. It's going to have a whole bunch. It's going to have crises. However, when we're eating from the table and we're not trying to be picky, because beggars can't be choosy, and we eat what's on that table that the Most High God, hallelujah, has served us. Yeah, the onlookers can see you going through. Yeah, the onlookers can tell that you don't have it all together. Yeah, the onlookers know a whole bunch of stuff that's not favorable about you, possibly. If you just eat what's on that table, no matter how bitter, no matter how sweet, no matter how sour, no matter whatever it is, and you endure hardship like a good soldier, and you give Him glory in the low times and in the high times and in the in-between times, you'll realize that the box that you put yourself in, the box that other people have put you in, the situations that He's allowed you to be in, now you've outgrown them because you ate what was on the table, whether it felt good or whether it tastes good or not. So when the Bible declares that He prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies, just realize that that table is not going to always have what you want to eat on it. If you eat it and you understand that life is going to deal you some blows, life is going to have some hardship, life is going to have some situations, life is going to have some folk talking about you, life is going to have some folk making opinions about you, life is going to have some folk not understanding your heart and where you coming from and being offended by you and feeling some type of way about you or whatever. However, if you endure that thing, if you stay in it, if you allow him to rewrite you, you're going to grow into something so beautiful, so that that table that's prepared before you in the presence of your enemies is producing something awesome and great in you and for you and those who are around you. Hallelujah. So it's okay to go through it until you get it. The point is to get it. Because you're about to outgrow the situation that you're in. And it's not for fame or for no fortune or for no great name. It's so that you can affect more people for his glory. I want you to walk in your purpose. I want you to get to your destiny. And whatever it takes for you to get there, it's on that table that's before you. Some people are satisfied in dissatisfaction. Some people are happy complaining and being, just not happy about nothing. Instead of wrapping their minds around, you need to wrap your mind around the fact that the only thing stopping you is you. It's your mindset. Recently, I just had a situation that occurred. And I don't know, maybe I thought somewhere in there that because I was being obedient that this wasn't supposed to happen to me. But guess what? It's part of the table that he prepared for me in the presence of my enemies. You might not know what's on my table. He knows and I know what's on my table, and I'm going to eat it. And it's going to be good, not because it feels good, not because it tastes good, not because, the situation is all favorable. It is good. It's for my good, and it's for his glory. It's for your good, and it's for his glory. Change your mindset. Be not conformed to this world. This world says it has to feel good. Do what you want to do. Go how you want to go. Say what you want to say. Be who you want to be. The devil is a lie. If you can't take what he's given you, the truth of what he's given you on your plate, then the growth process is not going to be real in the kingdom. When you start eating what you're being served, hallelujah, like Job, you eat what you serve. Like Esther, you eat what you served. Like Joseph, hallelujah, you eat what you serve. Like David, when King Saul was after him because he was jealous of him, he ate what he was served. And he did it humbly. And after a while, that box you were in, you're going to bust out of it because you're growing. You're maturing, you're expanding, just like a plant in a pot. Once the roots have taken too deep and the soil gets too compacted, guess what? You got to take that pot out of that plant pot and put it in a bigger one so that it can expand. The Most High God is rewriting you as we speak. Allow him to, and don't get stuck in the past. Don't even get stuck in your right now. Know that it's working these momentary light afflictions are working a far greater weight in glory. I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. If you want some one-on-ones with me, you can contact me at Coach K. Simone 1972 at gmail.com. I'll be more than happy. I'll be honored, and it will be a privilege to walk with you through your process. Bless you. Love you. You're being written by the King. Just know that. Eat what's on your table. Don't worry about nothing else. Learn how to endure. Learn how to take it. He got you.